I've only been here 3 weeks. I had no idea this was happening tonight.
Yeah!
So that's why I dropped the microphone. So this story is about like political rejection and family rejection and everything that you thought you were a part of, and the people that told you you were a part of that rejected you for being that. So I should first start, about telling you kind of where and how I grew up. So I'm from Canada and from British Columbia. And not just British Columbia, but a hippie commune in British Columbia full of Americans who showed up there in the 60s during a period of conflict you might have heard called the Vietnam War. So by the time I got there, it was a little bit different. Politics had emerged in this place. Before I got there, it was swaying around a campfire, eating lentils, wearing buckskin pants, riding horses. So when I got there, everybody had told you this is what our community is all about. And we went to three-day-long parties. We called it the Harvest Festival. We practiced skits. We had other parties, like theme parties. We called it the prom. We all got dressed like high school prom, live music. It was a great time. Well, when I would walk to school in the morning, certain seasons, there would be copious amounts of marijuana in large piles, and people would say, hey Mark, here you go, here's some buds for school. Have a good time. Well, I was in elementary school. So when I got older, this was the norm. And I was in, I think it was the 8th or 9th grade, and we were at one of the parties, which we called Harvest Festival. It was 3 days long. We had potlucks and skits, and it was a great time. Well, I remember the one time, and a certain man, who will go unnamed, was staggering around saying, "Where did I put it? Where did I put it?" And me being my helpful self, I said, "Where did you put what?" And he said, "My bag," which I knew what he meant because I saw it by the outhouse just a couple minutes before. I brought him over to it. I showed him. He took a couple handfuls out of the bag and gave me the rest. Well, at 13, and you get handed 4 or 5 ounces of grass, that's a big deal. Well, I did not know what to do with this, so I smoked as much as I could. I handed some out to my friends, and a couple days later I brought the rest to school. Well, on the bus, which was an hour and a half long ride, because we lived in a place that was far away, and it was so dark when you turned off the lights, not only did you not see your neighbors, you saw the Milky Way galaxy above you, as dark gets. Well, 2 of those fellows that I gave some to got caught with that, which led to me getting caught with that. And so we had physical education at my school, which was a co-ed class of maybe 60, 70 students, large PE class. And in Canada we have the RCMP. Very, very noticeable. And they came into that class, and instantly I knew I was going to jail. So before the first student they asked, "Where is Mark?" I was already walking towards them with my hand in the air. When they pointed, I started to smile. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I grew up in a hippie commune where everybody grew grass, smoked grass, and made their money off of grass. So I thought, doesn't everybody make their money from grass? This isn't that big of a deal. It's wrong, but who cares, right? Nobody cares. Then when I saw their faces, as I was halfway to them, I kind of had some clenched butt cheeks, some strange sweat that I've never felt before, and I thought, maybe this isn't a good thing. So I went into the principal's office. They asked me, "What about this marijuana?" And I thought, well, it's not that much. It's only a couple of ounces, right? Here you go. Then when I saw their face, I realized, oh, that must be a lot of weed. And they said to me, "Mark, we're not talking about one marijuana cigarette." And then I started to laugh because I'd never heard it called a marijuana cigarette before. Then the mood in that office changed really quickly. And the cops, they looked at me and said, "Where did you get this, son?" And I thought like I was in a Dirty Harry movie, right? And this guy, I was waiting for him to pull out a gun. And I said, "Well, sir, I found it." Which was kind of true. And they pressed me a little more. I said, "Sir, I found it. Yeah, I found it." Then my parents showed up. Eyes redder than mine. And then they decided, even though I cooperated, they were going to strip search me in front of the principal, the vice principal, and my parents. Of course, I already handed them ounces of weed. What was I going to hide, right? And the only positive note about this was my vice principal. My pants are down. I'm hiding like this. He says, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, I'm hiding." And he says, "No, the police officers. What the fuck are you doing?" Since this kid's cooperated, what's the need? So the event goes on, and I felt good that Mr. Leatherdale helped me out, but it didn't matter. I was suspended, strangely, only for 3 weeks in BC. It really wasn't that big of a deal. But the big deal came when I was at home, and my parents looked at me and said, "What the fuck were you thinking? Where did you get this idea? And what the fuck?" And they shamed me in a way that I have never been shamed in my life. And it's really strange when somebody you've seen partake in all the aspects of that life shames you for doing such a thing. And that's the moment that changed my life. I'll never forget that.
Yeah!